Oh. Alright, and this time when we hit stream, everything is fine. Maybe something up with Discord as well when it comes to the whole deal. When it comes to streaming, but now everything's totally fine. Sure. Oh my gosh. I get some people sometimes to kind of filter in and see if people have to say or have anything to say once we now that we're live again. This time we're not dropping frames. I don't know why we're dropping frames in the first place. Dude, I had the weirdest job interview today. It was... I just got up and left. I was like, this is not what I was signed up for. Yo, Cam, welcome back. Unlawful Patriot. Does that make you a patriot if you're unlawful, though? I'm just saying. Just saying. What happened? For some reason, like, so I'm using Restream right now. I'm streaming to Twitch and YouTube, and for some reason, when I hit stream, it was dropping like 65% of my frames, and it was playing like looking like it was playing like 24 frames for whatever reason. I was having my discussion with Buckeye about the XDefiant, and then ask the Ace. And then so I closed the stream, shut the stream down, opened it back up, and now everything's fine. I don't know. I don't know why I was having such framing issues before. Maybe it was because I was streaming a video on Discord, but I don't know. But I appreciate you guys willing to hop back in to the stream to discuss things. So we finished up the XDefiant stuff. We'll have that video cut up put it on YouTube. I'll try to see if I can chop that down to a little bit more to like 30 minutes, but we'll have to wait and see because that was like an hour-long discussion. I wasn't expecting it to go that long, but no, Buckeye is a great communicator, you know, and I had my thoughts, he has his thoughts, and I think we always kind of lined up overall pretty well, man. Thank you for hitting me up saying that, dude, that was awesome. Thanks again. No problem. It was super easy to chat. I'll have the video up on YouTube soon. There we go. What happened to the job interview though? Oh, dude, it was just weird. So like it was a social media marketing job, which is something I've been trying to get for the last like 6 months because of, well, I got let go from GameStop and all that stuff. That's a long story short right there. And they didn't email me back or send any messages to me at first. They just sent me a request for a job interview time, which I was like, odd. Like, you're not gonna say like, hey, we liked your resume, would you like to come in at this time? They just sent me a request to show up at 9 o'clock this morning, and I was like, oh, that's a little, I was like, oh, can we shoot? I was like, I hope trying to reschedule it, and they had no other options available, so I'm like, okay, that's odd. And then when I got there, it was kind of like in an industrial district area, which is like, yeah, no problem there. I was expecting that. And then basically they showed, I was there like 8:45, right? Because you always want to be a little early for your job interviews. They didn't get into their office until like 9:15. And I was like, okay, whatever. And then when I was kind of standing there in the lobby, no one was looking around, so I had to like go into like the warehouse area and be like, hey, so I'm here for a job interview. And they're like, oh yeah, they're in a meeting, they'll get to you soon. I'm like, okay. And then then after like another like 10 minutes of waiting, a guy walks out and he kind of he like pulls a chair out, he's like, sit. And I'm like, okay. And the reason why he's so short is because he doesn't speak English. That's the boss. And not against people like not speaking English in the US. So what I mean is that like when you have to work with people, it's a collaborative effort. And when you don't have communication between people, it becomes very difficult to collaborate with people, right? That's the reason why if I moved to Mexico, I wouldn't expect to get a job in marketing there because I can kind of speak Spanish, but not well enough to really feel like I can work in an office and understand nuances, you know. But like, so we were doing our job interview with through Google Translate on his phone. I was like, okay, this is a little weird. And I tried explaining like my experience and stuff like that. It was just all over his head. And then he mentioned like, he's like, TikTok, like you can do TikTok. And I was like, yeah, I could do that. And I showed him like a couple of my TikTok videos, and he was like, oh yeah, that. Then I'm like, okay, so I hit a nerve on that one, so that was a good thing. But then they're like, okay, like, do you have any other job interviews lined up? I'm like, no, today it was just today I have a job interview for. He's like, good, so we can start now. And I was like, what? And so, like, for what I thought was going to be like a 30-minute to maybe an hour-long job interview, ended up being like, didn't start till about 10 o'clock. And then they started having me write up like a document about what the job description was for what I was doing. And then, and then he started having me write up like another document with like PowerPoints for like my method to creating social media content. And keep in mind, I've been inside the office for about an hour now at this point. So I'm like, I have no idea what their goals are, what their metrics they want to use. I barely know the products. They're selling rims for trucks and cars and fish tanks. So I was like, I guess I'll try to write up a doc about how I would advertise this on social media. Oh my God. And so like, and I was like, and I felt awkward because I kind of just like one thing led into another. So I was just kind of there typing out, just like, and then they went out for lunch. I was still typing. Well, no, I typed up what a job description. He told me to write my job description. And so I wrote a job description down, basically trying to regurgitate what I read online to paper. And he's like, no. And then like, he again voice to chat or voice to text in Chinese to say and have it play back in English for me. And then so like that was already like an issue of just like trying to figure out what he wanted out of me. And then while I was typing that up too, there was another guy who was his first day there too, and he's like, so I was like, so are you like first day job interview here as well? He's like, yeah, it's weird. It's like, I've never had to write my own job description. Like, I know, right? Usually they know what they want. And then what? And then so basically once lunch came around, they went out for lunch. Actually, no, I should also say this, that like they're very adamant about things you can't do in the office, which is really weird. Like they had a whole whiteboard of like saying like no felonies, no drugs, including marijuana, which is legal in Seattle and Washington State, but that's a whole nother thing. No personal device usage, no personal accounts on work devices and stuff like that. It's all these like no's. And I'm just like, I mean, all of it's kind of like duh. Like, yeah. You don't, some of the stuff they had on there were like, yeah, no duh. But then some of the other things were like, no bankruptcies. Like they don't want people who are bankrupt working for their company and stuff like that. But I'm like, that's a little discriminatory, don't you think, or something? I don't know. Like a lot of negatives. The guy, my boss, I just literally couldn't communicate with. We were using a phone to communicate through Google Translate. Yeah, sounds restrictive, hostile, and poor environment. Yeah, and also the office was not exactly clean. It was like, it's definitely like an old industrial warehouse office front kind of thing. And it's like there was just trash on the floor. There was one guy who was already working there just like in the warehouse, and he just looked like he was just beaten. Like he had no spark in his eyes whatsoever. And yeah, I was just like, and so then he went out to lunch. It also deliberately said, like the day, like he wrote out the hours of how a day should go. And it was like 9 to 10 or whatever, do this. And then like 11 to 12, you do that. And then 12 to 1 o'clock, it said lunch, no pay, right in there. And then it was like 2 to 4, and then like 2 to, and then like 15-minute break, no pay. And then it said 6 o'clock, end of day. And I'm just like, this feels very weird. This guy's very, like, the one thing he does know he wants with the job is what he doesn't want you to do. And the office was kind of gross. And then like I literally couldn't communicate with them, like just using Google Translate on the phone. And I was like, and so they went out to lunch for their non-paid lunch break. And then I just got up and left. I didn't say anything. I just got up and left, and then and I went to stream. You turned this down, right? I mean, like, it was exactly what I'm looking for in a job, but in a completely wrong environment. So I was like sitting there, like typing away. I was like typing my job description, and I was like, it's like I could just work this, because like I'm currently on unemployment right now, and it like the pay I would get from that job is currently what I would get like on unemployment basically, so it would be breaking even. And so then I was like, I could just work this job and keep searching until I find something that like I actually want. But right now it'd be a good experience to be like, I was the marketing manager for an entire company, and kind of gas that out, get some Google ads and Facebook ads, experience a little bit more of that in there and stuff like that. But I was just like, I literally can't talk to my boss. Like literally can't. He's speaking in Chinese, I'm speaking in English, and we're using a phone to translate things. And he doesn't even know what he wants for the job. He just knows that like you need to be on social media, but has no idea how to do it. And so I was just like, I think I'm just gonna leave. Oh my god. Yeah, it was really weird. Also, I'm not really looking to get into a job where I have to like build out everything. I'm kind of hoping just to find a job where I can just kind of, continue on with what's there rather than having to completely build out everything, just because I don't think I've had that much experience within the marketing side of things. Like I would be a good coordinator rather than like a director, you know what I mean? For the time being. A flippant response, but that sounds like a perfect example of being careful of what you wish for. Well, like I said, it's like the job is exactly what I wanted to do. It's just like the people I was working with and the stuff they wanted me to promote. I was like, I don't know, man. And it sounded like he really wanted me to push like TikTok store live streaming. So I basically would just be live in front of a phone for like 3 to, he said like 2 hours maybe, but he was talking about how they have like a Philippines branch that like they stream for 10 hours a day doing TikTok shop stuff. And I'm like, I just don't really know if that's really for me. So yeah. Always come to my state? Ew, never break it. I'm going nowhere near your state because you're in it. Like, kid, it's a joke. If you're looking for a good experience, there's a company I work for called Medcore. They hire and pay well, especially for marketing. Oh, I'm pretty sure they offer their unlawful patriot in customer relations. Okay. I mean, yeah, I'm trying to get more involved with. I want to stick with sides. I want to still stay with social media in some way, but then also branch out a little bit more into the marketing side of things is what I'm really trying to get more involved with. That's what I was trying to do at GameStop, and then they let me go because they wanted me to move permanently down to Texas. And I was like, I don't know about that, dog. Yeah. But hey, it is what it is. We can get back into talking about gaming stuff, though. I just feel like I need to get off my chest because that was weird. I'm gonna DM you in a couple hours. All right, sounds good. So I'm sure many of you guys saw the Halo video that just got shared on their social media. Seems to be like the next operation, which is funny to see that they just were like, boom, here's the operation, and it's going live in like a week. Like, what? I don't know if you guys saw the video. If you want to, we can check it out right now. 343, exactly. But like, this is the video that they just shared on their social media right here. I mean, it looks kind of cool, but then on the other hand, when I see that, I'm just like, shop update. Or I'm just like, shop update. You know what I mean? It's like the thing that you advertise to try to get people hyped. It's like, look at us, brute armor. I'm like, bro, this is you're trying to get my money again, aren't you, right here? I mean, don't get me wrong, it looked pretty cool. Like, this looks kind of sick, not gonna lie. I'm down for that, but again, it's like, that's the thing that they're advertising for this update. It's not what can you do with this update, it's what can you wear. And I'm just kind of like, I really hope there's something. I'm sure they'll have something else that will come along with it you can play, rather than just, you know, have it be another shop update. But I have a feeling it's going to be very similar to what we had with like Cyber Showdown and the Happening. Is that it's going to be feeling mainly like a shop update with some content you can play with. You know what I mean? Well, I installed a while ago, just like your content. I appreciate it. Well, that's also another thing. I'm trying to branch out a little bit here. You know, I see where Halo is at the moment, and I would be shocked, and I mean shocked, if I see anything released about new Halo experiences coming out this year. So I'm like, am I really gonna spend an entire continuum with Halo talking about these operations, which end up being mainly shop updates? I'm like, that just doesn't sound interesting to me. I don't want to do that, you know. And that's why I'm kind of branching out to other games and just talking about what I want to talk about on the channel. You know, I feel like I've also kind of just taken the Halo side of things as far as I can take it right now. And so the only way to possibly grow within the YouTube sphere is to branch out. Man, it's gonna be a rough road to do that, but it is what it is, though. You know what I mean? Jelly beans. Like today, we uploaded a video talking about. Oh yeah, I tried branching out a little bit to like the game industry as a whole, but we ended up talking about the recent news that was going on with Ascendant Studios and Immortals of ABM. That's the name of the game. Man, it's sometimes a pretty decent reception to it. Like the click-through rates on it is pretty good. The watch time's pretty good on it as well. Just overall viewership is just kind of down just because it's not a Halo video, but that's understandable. But I never know. I think it's one of those things that as long as I keep pushing it, something will break and it'll go my way. Sad thing is that exactly where it was after Halo 5. Yeah, basically it's like after a year and a half of actual support, then they're like, okay, we're done. For democracy. Oh my god, I haven't played Helldivers in a hot minute. I've been meaning to jump back into it, but it's like, I'm kind of just burnt down on multiplayer games right now, man. The Helldivers is a little different though, but than a typical multiplayer game. But I kind of want. I feel like I've skipped down so many amazing like RPG games, which I love playing RPGs. That I'm not playing Halo or Call of Duty. I'm like, I want to try to play through an RPG. And that's why I'm currently going through Hogwarts Legacy, and I'm like 30 hours through that game right now. Was Helldivers good? Very good. It's very good. Helldivers 2 is very fun. In Brecken, you'll probably love it because if we play together, you have the opportunity to kill me in game. Friendly fire is very much a thing within that game. and you get to light off nukes and stuff. It's very fun. A few indie games out there are decent. Yeah, I really wanted to try Gray Zone Warfare, but I couldn't figure out how you sign up. I've seen a bunch of YouTubers sign up for that, but I've really wanted to get into Gray Zone Warfare and see how that plays out. Mass Effect game is getting more rumors. I would hope so. We gotta hear something about Mass Effect this time around. Because, I mean, it's been like 3 years since they announced it, right? Actually, talking about Helldivers 2, guys. Which let's stick with the Halo side of things, right? So we got that new trailer that just went live. Again, like seems like it's just gonna be more shop update stuff. Hope they freaking do. I did see this leak about a new map coming in for Halo, though. It's a Forge map, but it's finally a ranked Forge map, which is something I'm excited about because if I'm playing Halo, most likely it's playing ranked. And when this came around right here from Grunt API, saying the map interface will be entering the map rotation for ranked arena and HCS starting tomorrow, April 23rd. The fact that we've heard nothing about this is very odd. Like, if it's kind of just shadow drop tomorrow, which I think would get some people excited doing a shadow drop rather than be like a announcement then release kind of thing. But it's like, this is something that the community has been asking for a long time. Is have new maps within the ranked side of things for the ranked community, because ranked is like the top 5 most played modes within Halo Infinite. And it gives me a big like lockout vibes, but like lockout that you can't really fall off of unless you like deliberately jump off the edge, you know. But it looks pretty good to me. I'm excited. I definitely would be jumping in and playing it. Some new content. Hopefully they prioritize the map on the playlist. It's a interface. It's a remake of the rig from Halo 5. Oh, I didn't see that part. It's a remake of the rig? Oh my god, it is a remake of the rig. I didn't even notice that. Look at that. That's where OS spawns, right? Where the drop thing comes. Yeah. It's the rig from Halo 5 being put into Halo Infinite. A lot of gray, but at least it's a new map, you know? I mean, the rig was a great map. But, I just wish we had more new experiences to have with Halo Infinite, man. It feels like we're constantly chasing nostalgia. I want new things to do within Halo. I don't want old things to do within Halo. You know what I mean? Imagine ODSC's Helldivers actually on Lawful Patreon. The Forge Falcons are currently in the works of making Helldivers within Forge for Halo Infinite. They've made some pretty good progress, but they're still quite a ways out from releasing the Forge content. But it's in the works, though. It will happen. Well, I'm sure you're probably talking more like an actual like dev-made version of it, though. But those are the current things going on with Halo right now. We did see this go live as well. El Dorito, the Forsaken PC mod. Hey, the interview you had earlier, will it be on YouTube? Yes, it will be on YouTube. I'll try to see if I can edit that up tonight. Have it up tomorrow, if not Wednesday. This week it will be up for sure, though, guaranteed. But talking about more Halo news stuff, though, we saw this go live right here. El Dorito 0.7 release. After 6 years of work and approximately 40 plus contributors from all over the globe, we are finally ready to release El Dorito 0.7. It's a complete reimagining of Halo Online, bringing a fan-made Halo experience that allows you to do almost anything you can think of, like playing Slayer in Halo Reach's sword base, then jumping into Halo 3 ODST Firefight co-op with your friends. El Dorito 0.7 significantly improves upon 0.6 in several fixes, improvements, and new core features. Changelog is available here. I think you can download it right there as well if you wanted to. Isn't it like illegal to share download links? But it could also want to be one of those things where it's just impossible to properly moderate, you know? But the big thing I saw with this update, the biggest thing I saw with this El Dorito update, which makes me go, man, I really wish Halo had this, I really, really wish, especially MCC had this, was the fact that you can actually click it. So since it has a server browser, right, to join games, you can join modded servers. And the great thing about that is that when you click on a modded server, it'll give you the option to download those mods to then play on that server. Take note, MCC, please, because that would be absolutely amazing. As you can see right here, Little Thomas, I think he's the editor for Ubernick, said this thing. A new El Dorito update lets you join mod servers and automatically downloads the mods needed. Take note, MCC. Yes, please. Oh my God, if we could get this in MCC, that would be amazing. Of course, this would be a PC only feature. You couldn't do this with you. Well, I shouldn't say you couldn't do this with MCC on console. It would just be way more of a pain to try to actually do it on console, because it's just legal reasons, right? PC can get away with it because it's an open system that people can just it's your fault why your PC broke. If you download a mod onto your Xbox, you go to Xbox and complain to them, and they have to go give you some new, like a new Xbox. It could cost them money, Where on PC, hey, it's your fault why your PC broke because you downloaded it, So I can see why that is the case. Halo bundle on Steam is currently $10 for 6 games. Oh, yeah, for the MCC, yeah, MCC is currently on sale for $9.99. Which, buy that. Oh my God, if you don't have Game Pass, buy that. That's such a deal. Cannot wait for that to happen. Want to see new cheat people are using? It's Active Chem 24/7 cheat. Caught someone using it. Oh my God, you serious, Star Hill? I actually kind of would like to see that. The soundtrack is similar to what the Valorant coach uses. Well, this is just Harris Heller's stream beats. And so I'm sure he uses the same thing because it's copyright-free music and it's a chill vibe kind of music, which kind of matches my style, I feel, so that's why I use it. Here's another post about the El Dorito 0.7, which I think was a really cool thing that was showcased about what kind of mod content you can do within El Dorito. Like they have custom animations with this, so you can play soccer within Halo 3, basically. They have a full lobby they edited on custom melee animations. Like, this looks hilarious. I would love to play this, It might be worth giving El Dorito a download just to kind of stream it, but I don't know if... Man, I don't think you're allowed to stream this stuff, right? Like, I would get tagged so quickly. I've seen people post on YouTube. Maybe it's like one of those things where, like, maybe it's kind of like, if you remember how the terms of service within Twitch is like, you can't multi-stream or interact with your chats or something like that, right? And then people just multi-streamed anyways. Like, how do you moderate this? I guess it's, but it's like you can see right here. Here's another example of some new content within this. So you have like an emote wheel. You can emote to people, and then you just like all these different kind of custom animations. Assassinations are in this as well, apparently. You can play Halo Reach games or lobbies within this. Like, this is the ultimate fan-created PC experience within Halo, which is amazing to see that stuff like this can still happen to this day. Just makes you wish that it could happen for MCC, but I doubt it will, just because of Microsoft legality and bureaucracy that comes with that kind of side of things, which is a damn shame. Who shared it earlier? There was a Lucid tweet right here talking about Halo. And I thought that would be something worth chatting about. Girax, welcome back. Yeah, again, Microsoft holding back devs. I mean, it's one of those things that I think it's more just like Microsoft is an old company and they have old infrastructure for a lot of things, and they do things their way, and it's been their way for a long time. So why change kind of things? If it's working, they don't change it kind of thing. But they do a lot of weird things over there at Microsoft, and I guarantee if 343 was like its own standalone development team, right? They were the self-publishing, they would pull it off. They could probably make it work. Of course, it would be a PC only game, but they probably could make that work. But there's just like a lot of legality that comes with it, and I think that they probably did a return on investment kind of thing, right? We invest in putting this infrastructure in the MCC, right, to let people download mods to play modded servers like that through the custom game browser. Will we see more people play the game? Will we see more people buy into the game? Will we see people, get the game, see the game have more engagement, or will it just kind of meh? Do we have any concrete examples of this happening previously? And the only example you really could point to would maybe be like Skyrim, of how you can mod that game like to an insane degree and people are still playing that game to this day. But that's one game that has allowed that to happen. And I think also, Bethesda might even have some insight on this, since they did allow modded content on the console for Fallout 4, though it was extremely limited and kind of useless on the console side of things for having like official mods. But at least you could do it, I can't tell if Lynn's a bot or not. Amazing gaming skills, because that's a weird comment because I haven't opened a game this entire stream. But yeah, what it is. Good thing I uninstalled MCC. I'm not going to give Microsoft my time and effort if they're just gonna pull an EA and cut off support before the game fully finishes. Halo Online, that's what we've been talking about, yeah. But man, I just wish I just feel like as Halo fans, we're just not allowed to have nice things. Well, we can have nice things, but they're not what they should be. Like having a TV show for your favorite game is really nice. And the quality of that show is very questionable. It's cool to have like a live service game to match like what the industry standard is when it comes to FPS shooters. Then we got a free-to-play shooter and it was questionable quality. We've seen a lot of games get remastered, and that's really awesome, right? And MCC gets remastered with questionable quality involved with that. Until recently, obviously, with the PC updates, it became like an amazing game. Absolutely worth your time playing. It just took a long time to get there. Like, nearly 6 years, basically. Oh my gosh, man. It's just sometimes it's like I felt like this one that came to like the Fallout show. I was like, man, why can't us Halo fans just have good Halo things? Why can't we just get what we want? What's up, Delta? Yeah, we're live streaming right now. We're live streaming on Twitch and YouTube. Multicasting like a boss. I don't think, people just blame 343, but that's Microsoft. 343 is just an extension of Microsoft. Microsoft okays all of these decisions, right? I'm sure Microsoft takes the word of 343 employees, but saying like, okay, if you think that's the best way to do it, I don't even blame 343. I blame Microsoft, really, because it's Microsoft trying to push Halo into a new direction to try to reach a larger audience. Thanks to El Dorito, MCC is what it is now. True, yeah. If it wasn't for El Dorito, we would not have Halo MCC on PC. Because clearly that's what caused that to happen. They saw how much interest there was for a PC version of Halo. People streamed the heck out of El Dorito for that week and then got banned from Twitch for a couple days. And then then Microsoft's like, oh, we should do this. Yeah, that's the thing, Brighton. So it's just 343 constantly tries to push, Microsoft just constantly tries to push Halo into a new direction, rather just try to be a good Halo game. I was talking to one of the former devs. He used to work at 343, and he was talking about how Microsoft and 343 just need to come to terms that Halo is a boomer shooter. It's made for people who are 35 and older, you know? Because you got to think about it, like when CE launched, I was the target market back in CE when CE launched. Actually, I was too young to play CE back when it launched. Yeah, I think it was 2001, so I must have been. Let me just double check my age on this one. What's my age again? What's my age again? Oops. I was 14 years old when CE launched. So I was like the target market, even though it was a rated M game. And so I'm the target market when it comes to Halo. Me who just wants to relive the Xbox 360 days for online gaming, you know? No 30 until Friday. That's why you insert the first time meme with the noose around your neck, you know. Who's going to take a responsibility of making the game with gameplay issues? Don't developers need to take ownership of broken games? If they were to remove responsibility from them, how do you take account of rectifying? No, they're definitely. I mean, no doubt about it. 343 completely dropped the ball when it comes to developing Halo Infinite. They had the money, they had the time, and they barely got the game across the finish line. Well, at least with Halo 4 and 5, those were just different design choices, and at least the games were playable day one, you know. Forge took a month to get into Halo 5, right? And BTP took 2 months to get into the game, but other than that, you know, it was pretty much what they wanted the game to be. They pulled a 2077. They did, and then they're let's not release Phantom Liberty. That's kind of what 343 did if they were CD Projekt Red. Just feel like Halo was never a teen game, but teens played it anyways. I always felt that Halo was a teen game. I never really felt like it really deserved an M rating. It was I think Battlefield back in the early 2000s, it was a shooter, and shooters were rated M back then, because you were shooting a gun, which was a very mature thing to do within games. But nowadays, it's just everyone has played a shooter, you know. Halo never was gory. Halo was never a bloody game or graphic or anything like that. I mean, there were some instances. You might point to little instances here and there when it comes to Halo being a little more graphic, right? With maybe the flood, but even then the flood's not even that graphic, you know? We're talking you're saying that Halo 3 and Gears of War are equivalent in ratings and gore and language and stuff like that. No, Gears of War was very much an M game. That's an M rated game. Halo never was that. It just got rated M because it was a game where you shot a gun, so it instantly got rated M. You watch NPCs starting to flood, yeah, but even then, it wasn't that gruesome or anything. You know, it wasn't you're chainsawing somebody in half and blood flying everywhere, like you do in Gears. And the language within Halo has always been very tame. I don't think there really was. You might hear some hells, but no S-bombs, no F-bombs. You know. It never really was an M game. So if people are upset that it needs to be M, you know, I want to see limbs being ripped off. I'm that's not Halo. I got complete faith at the new leadership of 343 Shinobi. Well, I hope so, man. Right now I'm at the point where you prove me wrong. Yeah, that's Dead Space. Dead Space is an M-rated game for sure. Yes. Especially those death animations are very M. I cringe when I watch them. I'm ugh. Yeah, Doom's in there one. That's a very much an M game. You're literally ripping heads apart, you know? Some more Doom. Yeah, people want Halo to be Doom, basically. I wish Halo and Gears had a crossover where the flood went lambent. That would just be wild. I mean, you had a little bit of a crossover with Halo and Gears, right? In Gears 5, right? You had Kat and Emil you could play as in the Horde mode. That was pretty fun. I played that for a hot minute. Okay, so I actually got some more hot Halo news. I can't remember who shared it in the chat earlier, but Lucid recently tweeted this out. Hidden Xperia replied to it as well. Oh, Spartan replied to it. A lot of prominent people within the Halo community replied to this. So let's give this a read through, you know, see what Lucid had to say about being a Halo kid. Probably being very sad. So in POV as a Halo player the last month, 343 is bailing on Halo seasons. Your shots aren't counting. You're waiting an eternity to find games, and ones you find were terribly balanced. We're still playing brown and gray Forge maps with no other new content on top of cheaters flying around with their magic carpets, all the while in the dark, assuming the next Halo is coming out in 3 years. This is actually pathetic at Halo. He's kind of right about that. I mean, he just spit. Those are just facts. I don't know what else to say. You know, those are just facts. It's just where we are right now, man. It's just where we are right now as Halo fans. I just don't, like, I haven't come across any cheaters, but I'm sure someone like Lucid would definitely come across cheaters because of how good of a player he is. Like, he's the best Halo player out there, right? But even then, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like if I grind Halo, right? If I really try really hard to get good at Halo, right? If I want to get like 1700 Onyx, if I really tried, what would I have to show for it? You know, definitely nothing within the community, because everyone would be like, okay, well, don't care. And plus, we know 343 has moved away from the game, so I mean, honestly, I think the community should as well. You know, we just have to wait until the next Halo game comes out. And I don't think we're gonna get anything this year when it comes to a Halo release, or any news even. That's why I'm trying out new things on the channel. I'm going to keep talking about variety news content on the channel here and just try new things out. You know, this year is a year of an experimentation for sure when it comes to this content. Not that I'm dropping Halo content completely. I'm always gonna be talking about Halo on my YouTube channel. That's never going away. I have 2 Halo videos already queued up for this week to go live on my YouTube channel. So Halo's never going anywhere. I'm just trying out new things because, come on, man. I think this is probably the lowest amount of interest I've ever seen in Halo. And I've been doing Halo content since like Halo 5. Like I really kind of doubled down on like the Halo content back in MCC. Actually, it was more like MCC's release. I really kind of doubled down on that. So like 2014, so almost 10 years, guys. I've been making YouTube videos talking about Halo, which is freaking sad when you think about it. But like this is probably the lowest interest I've ever seen in Halo, which is sad because I was actually seeing an interest peak, you know, go up. Around season 4, season 5, interest was actually going up with Halo. And then 343 is like, we're going away from seasons. And everyone kind of read that as, okay, we're leaving. And also hearing the quote from Sketch saying, you know, they have ambitions beyond Halo Infinite for how good Infinite is right now. It's, you know, they're leaving it behind, which, I mean, it makes total sense. There really isn't much that 343 could do with Halo Infinite to really get people excited about it. Like, releasing new maps and new modes. It's like, that's just sustained content. That's nothing to get people excited. To really get people excited about playing Halo, you need to release something big, like a new campaign or like a battle royale mode, or something crazy like maybe like a Battlefield Carrier Assault but in Halo or something, or global battles from Halo Reach being actually made into a game where like it's basically like Halo Wars 2 but in a first-person shooter and everything is like player controlled. That would be amazing. That would get people excited. Or like, I don't know, releasing like Assault what's that one map we were just looking at right here? That's coming in tomorrow apparently. Okay, yeah, like releasing a remake of the rig, and then having like the game mode or like Assault be available or something like that. I don't know what other game mode they can bring back, but like, it's like a map that we've already played on a mode that we've already played a million times throughout the entirety of the Halo franchise. I just want something new, and we're just not gonna get something new with Infinite, and that's why they're moving on. Embrace the need to die for democracy. Dude, I love Helldivers, dude. It's so good. I haven't played it in a hot minute, but I definitely need to try back in and play again. I feel like every Halo game will have heavy aim. I mean, maybe. Rumors are they're moving to a new engine to Unreal 5 is the rumors. And we saw Jason Schreier talk about that. We saw some former employees of 343 showcase that they were working on prototypes in Unreal for Halo Infinite, or an unannounced Halo project. You know? So it's happening. It's happening. It's just a matter of when. You think putting that Forge Battle Royale game that is out there on the multiplayer list will do anything? Are you talking about like the Forge Battle Royale mode from like the Forge Falcons? No. It wouldn't do anything. And we know we did see some content creators make videos about it, right? We saw like Tim the Tatman play it. I saw Jack Franks make a video about it as well, which is for a Halo size population of a game, that's huge. That's huge to have that happen. Let's check it out on YouTube. Like, who else made a Halo like a Halo Battle Royale? Halo Battle Royale. Because I know Jack Frags and Tim the Tatman both made videos on it, so I got a few 100,000 views. Yeah, Jack Frags' video got like over 600,000 views. I do like how Jack Frags will just kind of hop back in and play a little bit. Like, yeah, Stone Mountain made a video about it. Look at that. Hey, that's us right there. Tim the Tatman, and I know he made a video about it. His video got almost 700,000 views on it. He did another video talking about the Halo Battle Royale. Talking about this new. Why is no one talking about this new Battle Royale? It's a Halo as well. I don't know what Battle Royale is this that he's talking about. Oh, it's like a Army Man Battle Royale thing. Okay, gotcha. But still, like, they just did it because like it's Halo Battle Royale and it's a game that they played. Like, that's views. Is it something that's sustainable for the audience? No. Like I said, that's what you'd have to do, some crazy new dev-made experience that would get people excited to have a new experience to play within Halo. The Battle Royale mode's fantastic, though. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to downplay it. For the limitations they had in Forge, they pushed it to the limits and created something really special. But it's not. I don't think it's really anything that would keep people playing. Yeah, or it wouldn't get your general gaming audience excited about it because it would be a 24-player battle royale. And people are like, it doesn't really feel like a battle royale when you have that few players, you know what I mean? Apex gets away with like, what, 66 players or something like that. That's because like the gameplay experience is big enough to where you don't feel like the map's too small, or you don't feel like the experience is too small, you know? If anything, some games had issues with having too many players. Like, what, Warzone 2 had 150 players, and a lot of people were feeling like that game was not that great of a battle royale, you know? Oh, actually, I also want to read some responses here from that Lucid quote talking about the current state of Halo, which is, man, it's rough right now, I'm not gonna lie. Saying that Luke Xperia replied to this saying, Halo desperately needs some sort of long-term roadmap that goes beyond Infinite. I'll expand that out a little bit. I know the next games are likely quite far out. I don't expect 343 to literally announce them, but some sort of rough roadmap as to know when we can very roughly expect them to release would do wonders. With how Infinite is now and how it's gone the last few years, there needs to be a light at the end of the tunnel that fans can look forward and at least be relatively hopeful for. Right now, there's nothing. It's like, yeah. Oh, yeah, that one is... But the thing is, like, even if they did release a roadmap, okay, first of all, think about this. 343 has not been good with roadmaps, okay? We know this. That was Infinite with roadmaps. That was our only hope we had with Infinite was roadmaps. And then we got roadmaps and they're like, oh, hey, that's time. Things have changed, you know? And that's the hard part about it, especially with like game development like that. It was so early in development. You can't, I mean, they probably have an expectation of releasing a game in 2026, maybe 2025 at the absolute earliest. But I don't really see them ever announcing that, though. You know, putting it, especially since game development's it's difficult, very difficult and time-consuming and messy. And we know that something's on the horizon. It sounds like there are multiple Halo projects in the works right now. You know, we've heard that from the developers. We just don't know when that's happening. I don't expect to see any announcements for the Xbox Showcase this year, but I think 2025 we will get announcements. But again, that's so far away. it's so far away. Oh man. Sometimes I just kind of wish I was a Call of Duty YouTuber because I get a new game every single year. You know, you get that new game hype. You get to ride those views every single year, dude. Could you imagine? But I love Halo. That's the problem. I don't know how to quit you, babe. I went all blackout for some reason. I couldn't have correct blue. Wait, what? Wait, what happened to you, Ken? Yeah, but unrelated, but I swear I'm the only one that know of a secret October release. What? Delta, are you making words right now? Are you okay? Do you want to talk about it? But yeah, I mean, it's just rough. Like, oh, Lucid also did follow up with this, or replied to Luke saying, all the good faith they built up on rebuilding Infinite was practically dropped. Most of the support and not indicative, and not indicate any future has actively killed the game more than ever. Halo will always be the Halo killer, unfortunately. You're kind of right about that too. Snipedown even replied to this as well. Oh my goodness. Okay, what does Snipedown have to say about this? Whatever happened to the Halo BR? They were outsourcing to another company. I was hyped about that. Then it just died. The game is just starving for content, even from day one launch. Yeah. Luke also replied to that saying, we don't know the future for sure what happened, but I'm pretty sure it was canceled long ago. Yeah, it definitely was canceled long ago just because they viewed Infinite as not a viable product, man. Which is a shame because Infinite was just... You did so many things right. The only thing that was wrong was the freaking live service, man. Live service wasn't alive until they killed it. Mine was all black everywhere. I miss the hardcore military tech. We also had General Heed reply to this one as well, saying they need to stop relying on just one Halo game every half decade to revitalize the franchise. They need to do some spin-off games in between, whether it's made by 343 or another studio. And even if Infinite was a perfect launch, people will naturally lose interest in a game over time. That's also very true. But if Infinite released as planned, we would have campaign DLC. We were supposed to get seasons every 3 to 4 months as promised before the release of the game, which would have kept people's interest a lot more. Like if a new campaign released for now in Halo, everyone would play that. Absolutely, everybody would play a new Halo campaign. Not everyone's gonna be playing a new map that comes out in Operation Name This thing, you know? It's just, man, things are tough, man. As a Halo fan, it's just been tough. It really has. Hey Kevin, sorry if I've already talked about this, but what do you think about the gravity hammer shotgun in this operation? It being banished themed? Probably not, but I hope so. I would not expect any new sandbox items to come to Halo Infinite, like ever. There are definitely, as I've seen the shotgun, I've seen the Falcon, and various other weapons that have been on the kind of cutting room floor, but none of those are making it into the game. I mean, because Microsoft released like the animation team that would be in charge of like campaign and creating new content for Infinite. That's just not happening. Yeah, I heard the Falcon was like 90% complete, 95% complete. But the get it over that threshold to get it to a functional state for people to play with, they just don't have the people for it. You know, they don't have the skill set there. It's a shame, man. But guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel, because on April 30th, we're getting a revealing of the Banished Honor operation. Yeah, that's about that, really. That's about what's going on with that. So, I mean, the armor set looks cool, right? All of that looks pretty awesome. But, I don't know, I just kind of like, I just don't, I feel like it was anything that's campaign related. I just don't really have a huge investment to play it, you know? Dude, do you ever play? Yeah, I play games. You should have seen me on Friday. I was playing XDefiant. And then I think the week before that I was playing ranked Halo, like when the happening first dropped. I spent time more chatting with you guys. I like chatting with you guys more because you can watch anybody play video games, right? It's just playing video games. I'd rather talk shop with you guys and talk about like what could Halo be. I haven't seen me play Halo in a while. Honestly, just because I haven't really played that much Halo in a while. You know? I just really don't have a whole lot of interest in playing Halo Infinite's multiplayer. Like, I'll definitely jump in and play if something looks good. Like, I'm definitely going to jump in and play this. When this event goes live, maybe this community live stream is happening tomorrow, so I'll definitely will be live streaming this at 11 a.m. Pacific time. So make sure you subscribe and follow to the channel. We'll do a watch party with this for sure tomorrow morning. Because I care about Halo. I'm always going to be talking about Halo. But I just, man, I just want Halo. I just wish I could play Halo. And plus, like, dude, I've played a lot of Halo Infinite. All right. If you want, I'm not trying to like call you out or play or anything. I'm not putting you down or anything. I'm just letting you know that like where I'm coming from with my current stance when it comes to playing Halo. And from my experience, I've put a lot of time into it, and I feel like I've kind of gotten my fill of the game. Because right now on Steam, probably can't see it because of how small it looks like on my screen. I have 845 hours put into Halo Infinite. That's a long time. It's probably, I think it might be my most played game on Steam. And so like you could keep repeating the cycle of like new operation, 22 operations. It's pretty easy to grind through. The challenge is you just kind of play the game, get through that. Rookie numbers. And then I mean, I'll definitely jump in and play when this new operation comes. If anything new comes in, actually tomorrow I'll probably be playing some ranked tomorrow because we have a new map coming in for ranked, which is the rig coming in to Halo Infinite. This was revealed by grunt.api right here, saying a new map called Interface, which is a remake of the rig coming into Halo Infinite. And I think also this kind of led to Lucid also tweeting about playing a bunch of gray maps, because like, yeah, this is really gray. This is a lot. This is like Halo Reach levels of gray. This is like Halo Reach forgers would be impressed. Like, damn, dude, you got a lot of gray in there. I wish I could have that much gray. Yeah, I don't know why we have like no color on this map. I don't mind drab looking maps. Like, I think Isolation, right? Is what it's called in Halo Infinite, right? Halo Infinite, like Isolation is what it's called, right? No, not Isolation. What's the Halo 5 remake from Plaza called? Oh my gosh. Plaza remake. Solitude. That's what I'm thinking of. I like the visuals of Solitude. I think it's kind of cool to mix in like a little bit of a drab map every once in a while to kind of so that not everything's so just vibrant in colors, which I don't know why people are so obsessed with having like colorful maps. Maybe for like player identification while you're playing, but like it's nice to mix it up and have like a drab kind of like monochromatic kind of map and have a really colorful map and then have like a natural looking map and then having like an industrial map and then having like a Forerunner map. Like that's awesome. Like hell yeah, I like the variety, you know? The map looks uninspired and drab. I would say, yeah, it kind of looks a little uninspired, actually. I would say that. Like, compare this to, like, the rig in Halo 5. Like, this looks like... Halo 5 at least had, like, a little bit more character, I feel like, to it. Maybe just the way the coloring scheme was, or the shapes of things, but, like, everything's just so very geometric and just gray. You know? Like, it also helps with, like, identification of player awareness of understanding where you are on the map as well. But like it's a very well forged map. It's just a lot of gray. Best Halo map: Guardian, Narrows Pit, something else. Oh, I mean, we already got. I mean, they did try to change the art style of the pit, right? With Imperium, right? Is what it's called in Halo 5 or Halo Infinite. You're like, oh no, this sucks. Bring back the regular pit. Like the pit's a good example of how you can have an industrial style map that has like colors. Looks like Roblox. But it's a great map. We already played, and also we already played a remake of the rig. Remember like the Shogun or the Tenrai 3 or whatever the heck it was. Back when you had like all those samurai, inspired maps, the rig was one of those maps that was recreated for that. So my guess is that they actually probably just repurposed that map and made this one. You know, that would make a lot of sense. Wow, man. Again, like I want new things to do within Halo. I'm tired of trying to retread old things that we've done a million times over. Oh man, I just want new things to do with. I just want fun new things to do within Halo. That's why I really hope like the next Halo project is either a campaign or it's a multiplayer that's not 4v4 or big team battle. It needs to be something completely different. Like it can't just be, here's 4v4 Slayer again. And don't worry. Capture the Flag will be releasing it at a later date or something, One new, then they need to show us this new alien they threat already. True, yeah, like with the Endless. But actually, by the way, guys, we're talking a lot of Helldivers. I got some Helldivers things we've got to talk about here as well. One is great news for your Xbox fans, potentially. Hold up, potentially. And also, just a really great thing to hear from the devs of Helldivers as well. I'm about to buy Helldivers, dude. Do it. Trust me, it's fun. It's really fun. Actually, let me show you this real quick. I've been meaning to make a short about this, but I've just been so sidetracked. This clip is hilarious from Helldivers. Let's see if we can find it. Let me just search Helldivers. Maybe it's this. Maybe it's this clip. No, not this one. Maybe it's this one. Yes, it's this one. This is hilarious. This is absolutely hilarious right here. What happened in Helldivers. It says an eagle never misses, and it's very true. Because the thing in Helldivers you need to keep in mind that the trajectory of where your orbitals come in, it comes from where your ship is within the map. So if your ship is like super far away from you, it'll come in at an angle, and it's very prevalent of that angle within this clip. So this guy calls in a nuke, and just watch. Calls in his streak right here. Eagle Strike comes in. Emotes to flex, and then the freaking missile lands right on his bubble shield. His protective like little bubble shield right there. And it just blows him up. Like, come on. This is like the funny wild stuff that happens within Helldivers all the time. And like, you know, he probably killed his teammate that's standing right next to him as well. It's just like the fact the missile just lands right on him like that and blows up. So good. And there's so many things like that within this game, dude. It's like, it's one of those things you just laugh at because you're like, what kind of BS is that? But you're not even mad. You're actually impressed how that happened. Because just how funny that can happen, stuff like that can happen. Or like this right here. We had another group of Helldivers where a hug went horribly wrong right here. Because you can emote, you can like have other people, you can emote to people to give you a hug. You can give them like that. You're like, oh, how sweet. Then they called in his teammate, and his teammate just dropped pod, landed directly on the guy that was hugging him, and the guy who initiated the hug survives. This because everything has physics and can kill you. That's kind of like half the fun of the game. It's just like the wacky ways you can die, but like the fact that his teammate dies and he doesn't is hilarious.
That's fucked up.
Oh, it's so good. We haven't played because many kids have friends to play with. Well, the game can be pretty fun to play with randoms as well. Like, I've come across people who are jumping to voice chat. It's definitely better with friends, though. It definitely has a better experience with friends, but it's such a fun game that if you get anybody else willing to make the dive feet first into hell with you, people will enjoy it. They'll find it fun. Talking about the Helldivers thing as well, some speculation, some rumor mills going on about possibly Helldivers coming to Xbox. As right now, it's only on PC and PlayStation. PlayStation is quite happy with this game being on PlayStation. But this was on the Xbox Era podcast, and there was a little leaky rumor goodness happening with this. I want to share with you guys.
We had a super chat, but maybe I'll do it. I'll do it after the rumor mill. Risk it's super chat. Rumor mill. I've got to be very careful. I've got to be very careful with this one. It's not Fortnite. That's okay.
It's not Fortnite. This is
not
spicy.
Fortnite.
This is
It's
a spicy meatball.
Remember, this is the rumor mill. It's stuff I hear. Yeah?
Yeah.
Please don't take this as confirmation of everything. It's not the announcement mill. It's just stuff I hear, and I share with all of you when I'm allowed to. So, you know, we know that PlayStation has a new CEO at the moment. I think the CEO might be a little more open to certain things. So what I've heard, it's just a rumor that I've heard, is that there may be some very, very early preliminary discussions about the possibility of Helldivers 2 coming to Xbox.
Pog. That's really all it is. Pog, though. Pog. For you Xbox guys out there who've been wishing to play Helldivers, it could happen. Again, like I said, it's very preliminary, very early in the discussions there when it comes to potentially Helldivers coming over to Xbox for all you Xbox people out there. I've been enjoying it because I haven't played on PC, so it's been great there. Again, like it's this very preliminary. Don't go around the internet saying Xbox is getting Helldivers, because that's, like I said, it's so early in the discussions of it that it could all fall through. You know, if they don't hit the right kind of agreements when it comes to Helldivers. You definitely know that like the publishers, the developers of Helldivers would definitely want to be on Xbox as well, because there's more people getting a chance to play their game. The game's been incredibly successful on just Steam alone. You throw in PlayStation on top of that, you got like so many people still play. There's still a lot of people playing Helldivers right now. Helldivers. Oh, let me go to Steam charts. Let me show you how many people are still playing Helldivers, because it's actually kind of crazy. Actually, I don't need to go that far to show you how many people are playing Helldivers, because right now on Steam charts, Helldivers 2 is number 4 for current player counts right now for most people playing the game. And actually, it has seen an increase to its player base, or an increase, a little bit of an increase actually. Was it? I was just showing that it's like 300,000 something. What was this? Oh, this is like peak concurrent player count right here at 330,000 people still playing. Yeah, Fallout 4 is higher just because of the show. I actually just reinstalled Fallout 4 last night. Got to work and started a new playthrough. Definitely gonna want to play some Fallout 4. I'm sure a lot of people are like, no, play New Vegas, play Fallout 3, it's better. But like, yeah, but you know what? I want to play Fallout 4. But the fact that there's still this many people still playing Helldivers 2.5 months after release shows you that it's not a flash in the pan kind of game. It's not like a game that people just hopped on and played for a bit and then left. Like, this game has legs. Like, you don't see Pal World up there anymore, do you? Like Pal World, current player peak player count right now for the last 30 days, around 50,000 players. That's great. That's fantastic. I'm sure they would have been over the moon if they had this average player count at launch rather than like the peak player count of 2 million people playing, you know? Now they're peaking around, they saw like a 60% drop off and then like an 80% drop off and like another 40% drop off, which I'm thinking with like a game like Pal World, that's kind of the case with it. It's not like a game you kind of jump back in and continuously play like you do with Helldivers, right? Because Helldivers, one, has been doing live service incredibly well. They're slaying, dude. They just keep on slaying. They're amazing at what they do over there. And can't praise Helldivers enough, man. It's so much fun. And it's something that I think a lot of games are just missing. It's just like that core, just fun aspect. They're not trying to cram microtransactions down your throat. You're not feeling FOMO or anything like that. You're just enjoying the game, I brought this up in a video, one of my previous videos. Like, the microtransactions in Helldivers are literally like 1/10 of the cost of what they are in Halo. By the way, Nikos, thank you much for the 40K. Appreciate that. Like, yeah, we recently had 40K. That was kind of cool. Of course, I feel like more and more as YouTube continues on, subscriber count is becoming more and more irrelevant, really. It gives you a chance to flex your stance within a community, but ultimately it's like view-wise, bottom line, to get more views, hey, yeah, having more subs helps. But it's not really, it's more about that, getting those browse views and getting that algorithm. It's a shame because Infinite's gameplay was almost perfect. Such a good evolution of Halo 3, fixing armor abilities by making them equipment pickups and finding perfect balance between sprint. So close. I know, Johnson. That's one thing I'm actually really dreading about the next Halo experience is like I talked about this previously as well. I'm getting a little sidetracked. I'll get back into Helldivers. I was talking about like what they said about Helldiver things here. But the one thing I'm worried about the next Halo game is that they're going to have to change the gameplay of Halo's multiplayer from Infinite enough to justify its existence. And so then, which is a problem, which sucks because I just want to play Halo Infinite's multiplayer, but with like fun content to play. That's something that's new, I don't want them to reinvent Halo Infinite's multiplayer, because like that was really great. This is the first time I seen a community at large agree with the gameplay of a Halo game since Halo 3. back in 2007. Everyone's like, people had their issues with Halo 3. Don't get me wrong, but like overall, people liked it, right? I was there, you know. But after Halo 3, it was nothing but like, why is this in the game? Take this out. This isn't Halo. Until Halo Infinite, right, in 2001. Then everyone's like, hey, this is good. Man, it sucks. It sucks. I was wishing Infinite worked the way it did, man. But I saw this little thing about Helldivers as well from the developers over there saying Helldivers 2 devs reject crossovers to avoid becoming Fortnite. Devs want to preserve the core Helldivers 2 identity. Hell yeah, my dude. Love to see that. Let's see what the actual news is, what they say right here. Melee weapons could be plausible. Lightsabers from Star Wars would not. We don't want to be Fortnite, basically, is what this so it looks like a conversation on a Discord chat, on their official Discord, which I tried joining the Helldivers Discord. It's full. You can't join it. It's a judgment. Or maybe I could try joining it. We'll see what happens this time around. Join Helldivers Discord. Oh, it did let me join this time. Sick. Last time I tried joining it, it wouldn't let me join because there's too many people in the Discord. They had to get a bigger server. Yes. Yeah, I'm going through all their terms of service stuff on the Discord here. Okay, cool. But yeah, I heard about new maps coming to ranked. Yeah, tomorrow apparently tomorrow, according to grunt.api, that we will be having a new map, which is a remake of the rig, come into Halo Infinite. And it's all kinds of gray. Unless this is like an early leaked build or something, but I don't know, man. But yeah, you got the rig coming in. Again, same thing we played a million times. Coming into Halo Infinite. Yay. Not to downplay it, like it's a great map, but like, come on, man. Guys, you know, I think we've been kind of live for, okay, combined a little bit over 2.5 hours, close to 3 hours now at this point. I'm kind of leaning towards just calling it a good on the stream. I have a bunch of other topics I want to bring up, but I think I'll just make my own dedicated videos about those. How many people got on Twitch? We got like 5 people on Twitch. How many people got here on YouTube? How many people got here watching on YouTube? I'm curioso about that. Curioso about. Yeah, we got like 12 people watching. Gotcha. Yeah. You know, it's kind of a random time to hit stream. I didn't really hype it up or anything, so that kind of makes sense. But, up for a voice chat after stream. After stream, I got some stuff I gotta do around the house. Normally I would, but I got some stuff. I gotta do like pressure washing. I gotta clean up the house a little bit as well. Yada yada. Like kind of annoying adult stuff. But guys, yeah, if you're nice, don't forget, if you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to tap follow. Don't forget to tap subscribe. If you got Twitch Prime, I mean, it helps, but you don't have to. The fact you guys come by here and hang out and chat anyways, I greatly appreciate that. So thank you all very much. And then, don't forget that DM. You can get just, no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, definitely we'll see some more, like, we're going to do a live stream tomorrow morning for the reveal of the Halo Infinite Operation Banished Honor. See what that's all about. And kind of, we'll see if there's anything new to play with it. I hope there is, but we'll see. So yeah, you'll see me live tomorrow. We'll probably go live around 10 o'clock in the morning would be my guess. Pacific Standard Time, since the stream starts at 11. So mark your calendars, save your times. We're gonna be sad Halo kids watching Halo streams. But until then, guys, thank you guys all very much for watching. I always appreciate it, and I'll catch you all tomorrow morning, the next live stream.